right. All right, here we go. So today we're really excited because our presentation is on vision with Parkinson's disease. It's by the Lighthouse Education Center. And our speaker today is Megan, and she may have to pronounce her last name because I don't know if there's a silent letter in there or not. Megan, how do you say your last name?
It's Megan Kvedar. There's no silent letters.
Okay, Kvedar, very good. And she's our low vision outreach coordinator for the Lighthouse Center. The Lighthouse Educational Center is not, it's the only nationally accredited nonprofit organization that provides rehab training at no cost to people who are blind and visually impaired. And they serve Southwest region of Florida, kind of the same six counties that we serve. So that's interesting. But we're really happy that she's here with us today. This is an educational webinar. We hope that you gain some information about your vision issues if you have Parkinson's disease. And we want to preface this by saying that you should always check with your neuro-ophthalmologist if you have specific eye condition questions. If you have Parkinson's disease, you always want to be seen by a neuro-ophthalmologist at some point in your journey with Parkinson's disease. That is what Neuro Challenge recommends. Because there are a lot of conditions, and Megan's going to talk about those today. And Neuro Challenge has a lot of, recommendations for which neuro-ophthalmologists you can tap into in our general area. So you can always reach out to us later, and we will be happy to share that information with you. So without further ado, oh, and let me just tell you, if you are new to Neuro Challenge, I don't know where you all are tuning in from. But this is a webinar format on Zoom, so we can't see your faces. If you have questions, I highly encourage you to go to the bottom of your Zoom screen and type those questions into the Q&A bubble, not the chat, the Q&A bubble. And at the end, Megan will answer your questions. So we can't see you raising your hand. We can't see your smiling faces out there. But also, if you're new to Neuro Challenge, we are a nonprofit organization that serves the Southwest region of Florida. We primarily help people who have Parkinson's disease, as well as their care partners and their family members, navigate this journey that they're on with Parkinson's disease. We provide some unique services. One specific one is called care advising, and that is where you get connected with a care advisor from the Neuro Challenge team to help be your guide on this journey. So please reach out if you need that kind of help. And without further ado, Megan.
Hi, guys. My name is Megan Kvedar. I'm here to talk about Lighthouse Vision Loss Education Center, living with low vision and Parkinson's, and the possibility of magnification to help with near vision. So Parkinson's has many symptoms such as tremors, memory impairment, slow movement, sleep issues, hallucinations and delusions, shuffling gait, impaired balance and coordination, and muscle stiffness. I didn't write them all down either. That was that was the main ones. Okay. Some of these things can be helped and some of them can't. I want to help you with some of the visual impairment issues. With Parkinson's, your blink rate is much slower than normal. You may have noticed this or you may have not noticed this. Not everybody has the same stage of Parkinson's, and not everybody has the same symptoms depending on the stage. You are more likely to have noticed vision loss if you have another condition such as macular degeneration or glaucoma. My recommendations are to consciously make yourself blink more frequently and use artificial tears, eye drops, and/or ointments. Moving around, exercising, and engaging with people can help boost blinking and minimize dryness. One of the reasons you have tears is to hydrate your cornea and keep it perfectly smooth, and it's kept that way by staying wet. So if your eyes are open, that part of the eye dries out. Not only is it painful, but it also causes the eyes to not be able to see as well. Lighthouse Vision Loss Education Center may be able to help you see better. We have 3 educational departments and a magnification store with an array of products. Our 3 educational departments are at no cost to clients. The classes we offer are called Adjustment to Vision Loss, Orientation and Mobility, and Assistive Technology. I recommend adjustment of vision loss to anyone with low vision as it helps with day-to-day activities. At Peepers, which is our low vision and magnification store, I fit you for the right magnifier, whether it be a digital magnifier, a CCTV, a handheld, or a stand. And I'll show you all those in a second. Anything else we offer? There are some people that magnifiers will not help, but let me tell you a little bit about the different magnifiers. And I'm going to take the little background off so you can see the magnifiers. One moment. Okay. Okay. A handheld magnifier is portable and good for short-term tasks. So one thing I just want to preface that I don't have in my notes is when it comes to magnification, one thing that's very frustrating is the more magnification you need, the smaller the actual magnifier is. So this big plate is a lot of not a lot of magnification. So this is called the 3x and it helps, but not a ton. And then if you need more and more magnification, you go down to smaller. So that's one thing I will say. If you see a teensy weensy one, that means it has a lot of magnification. So the handhelds are good for portable and short-term tasks. Okay, this is a stand. The stand magnifier is better for extended reading. It's ideal for people with limited dexterity or hand tremors, which I mentioned before is a symptom of Parkinson's. These ones stand on the paper, and so it sits on either a clipboard or the table you're working on, and you look over it, and that way there's no movement other than when you're moving it back and forth. The digital eye magnifier, also called an electronic magnifier or video magnifier, is a portable device that uses a small camera to capture it. So it has a stand in the back, and it uses a small camera to capture images and digitally enlarge them on the screen. These are for people who need larger magnification and have more severe vision loss. We have different forms of these, and then I'm going to turn the camera really quick. They look like TVs or computer screens, but I have 3 CCTVs here too, and you put the sheet underneath them, and it will show you what you're looking at magnified on the screen. Okay, that's my magnifiers. Some more information about Lighthouse. So next month we'll be in our new location. Hurricane Ian tore down our building, ruined our building, so we had to tear it down and redo it. And now it is ready to go back into. So our new building will be ready. I'm gonna give April all of this information to post as well, but I will also just say it. So the new building is 7318 North Tamiami Trail in Sarasota, and that's near the airport. In this new building, I hold peepers appointments on Wednesdays. You can call me or anyone else on my team to schedule an appointment. And again, you can get my information from April or she'll post it. And in this new building, there will also be, we're in a temporary building right now, as you can see. In the new building, there will be a room with all the Peepers products. So all the magnifiers, all the CCTVs, tips and tricks, and things that all can help with low vision. And I'm going to have them all displayed so you can come in and actually see them and try them and use them and see if it actually helps for your specific needs. I think that's all I've got and I can open up to, I have a Q&A. Should I click on that?
Yeah, let's see what our first question is. Okay. What percentage of people with Parkinson's develop PD related issues? PD related issues, or do you mean vision issues, Ken? Let me know. What percentage of people with Parkinson's develop PD related issues? So I'm guessing you mean vision issues, and offhand, I don't know if I have a statistic for that. But I can look it up and I can get back to you. I'll do like a follow-up email to this webinar for everyone who's registered, and I'll share with you Megan's contact. And I'm actually going to put it up on the screen right now. Let me see if I can get to that. Hang on one second. Hopefully this is going to share.
Okay, I Googled it, so like a quick Googled answer for you. is around 80% of patients report at least one visual symptom.
Thank you. And so here is Megan's business card. If you guys, I don't know, Megan, can you see that? Is that showing up very good?
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, my name is Megan Kvedar. My phone number is 941-359-1404. That brings you to the main line. Anyone there can help. And if you need my extension, it is 736. My email's there, the new address is there, and I'm happy to take anyone's calls for questions, and I'm happy to um set up appointments, really. I'd love to help. I see more questions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So let's see what other questions we have.
The big magnifier, the giant, what they're called CCTVs. I can actually type the answer if you want. That might be. Okay, so CCTV.
So the
And
question is, are there any tools to help with reading from end of line to beginning of new line? Is that the one you're answering?
no, I just typed the answer to one. I typed someone said, "Can you name the big magnifier again?" And it's a CCTV, and I typed that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No
So
problem.
then the next question is, are there any tools to help with the reading from end of line to the beginning of a new line?
So I'm imagining that you're talking about like repositioning the magnifier when you're going line to line, which I know is difficult. Some of the digital magnifiers actually come with a black or red line that you could like it's a digital line that you can put across it. And then sometimes you can also use a page. This isn't exactly one, but something like a line on the page that you put with the magnifier. I'm like showing you on something you can't see. So you can try to align it to the magnifier. That's two
Mhm.
things I have to say. But the digital magnifiers, some things come with lines that you can put on it so that you can read line to line appropriately. I hope that answered that question.
Yeah, and let me just jump in before we go on further. I just want to reiterate the beginning of her webinar. So there are four main problems with vision for people with Parkinson's disease. One is double vision. Okay, so double vision is a big problem. Dry eye, excessive blinking, or the opposite, not enough blinking. Okay, you can have either issue. If you're blinking too often or not enough, those are both issues that come with Parkinson's disease. And another one is loss of contrast sensitivity. So that means if you're looking at something that the background is a similar color to, you're going to have a hard time seeing what's in the front part of the your vision field of vision. So make sure like you put if you're looking at your plate of food, like your plate of food should be on maybe a darker or brighter colored placemat so you can see the things on your plate a little bit better. That's just one little trick, but I'm sure Megan has tons of other things like that. And in their rehab department, I'm sure they have a lot of suggestions for people who need some help with vision or have, impairment with their vision. And I also wanted to remind you that, remember that there are a lot of muscles that control your eye movement, okay? And Parkinson's disease is a movement disorder. Okay, it affects muscles. So you have to remember that I don't even know how many muscles are behind the eye. I think it's 6 to 8 that actually control the direction that your eye can move up, down, left, right, diagonal, all of those things. And those are controlled by muscles. Okay. So yes, they are going to affect, Parkinson's disease is going to affect even those tiny muscles in your eye. Okay. And so that means you might have difficulty with something called a rapid quick jump with vision. So what that is like imagine if you are looking at something, but then you need to quickly move your eyes to something else. Think of driving a car. Like if you're driving, but you quickly need to move your eyes to something on the peripheral of your vision, that's like a rapid, quick jump of your eye. That's an area where people have difficulty with Parkinson's disease and vision issues. Okay. Another thing is just tracking things. Okay, so tracking with your eyes can be very difficult, and that goes to the fact that the muscles and the tremors in the muscles can actually cause your eye to um, have difficulty tracking and staying focused. And then depth perception is another issue that people have with Parkinson's disease and vision problems. So I just wanted to kind of remind you that those are also things that we're dealing with. And if you have any more questions about that, throw them in the Q&A bubble and we will talk about them further. And a reminder, neuro-ophthalmology is a good place to start so that they can tell you, what your actual issue is. And then, you're able to get help with people like Megan and say, hey, this is my issue. This is my problem. I'm having trouble with contrast, or my doctor says I'm having trouble with depth perception, because not everyone with Parkinson's will have the same issues. Okay, so let's go on to the Q&A. Let's see what's next. How do we handle cataracts in later stage PD in a non-verbal person?
I I want to revert back and just say I don't want to give medical advice, so I don't know. I know that that's not helpful, but I can't give an honest answer that would help you. So I feel like we got to keep in mind that there's medical doctors for a reason, and I am not one. So I'm mostly resource. Like if you think about it, there's hospitals and there's library. We're a library, not a hospital. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
you
I'm sorry,
definitely.
I can't answer that one. I don't know.
You're a resource center, and that's okay. So what we do, even if you were to call Neuro Challenge and say, how do we handle cataracts in late stage PD? We would definitely say you need to see a neuro ophthalmologist. That is what we would do, and we would give you a referral list to those neuro ophthalmologists in your area. So call us, reach out to Neuro Challenge. We have lists of different neuro ophthalmologists. Why we recommend a neuro ophthalmologist over an ophthalmologist is because they are specifically trained with nervous system neurological conditions that cause problems in vision. Okay. So make sure you reach out to us. We have care advising. Everything we do is 100% free so that we can find the right resource you need. Okay. Next question. Do you know what would cause one eye to water excessively? So again, we aren't doctors, but we
And
can
some of
definitely.
it's situational too. So like I feel like tear duct situations, I mean, some of it's just really like patient by patient. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
can't.
sometimes what happens, this is just something that I've heard and learned, is that when you have excessive eye watering, that it actually is related to dry eye. So I'm not a doctor, but this is just knowledge that I've picked up along the way. So again, if you have excessive watering from a tear duct, and it is impairing your functionality day to day, and you feel like you need to have that looked at, again, go see a neuro ophthalmologist, especially if you have PD. All right, next question. Are there devices that can convert text into audio?
Yes. And there's also some apps that can help with that. And so when I was talking about the three educational departments that we have, one of them is called assistive technology, and they actually have classes for iPhone and they have classes for Android, and you bring them in and they can help you use whatever technology is already on the phone to your benefit, and they'll also help you put technology on your phone and teach you how to use it. It's extremely beneficial. So that's where I'm going to refer you is to us, but not me. No, our assistive technology department. They would be really helpful there.
Yeah,
Any
those
good
are those are good
apps,
tools.
tools or apps that you can recommend on? Okay, yes, but I'll tell you them, but I still want to preface that some of these you need to be trained to use or else they get frustrating. So be patient with yourself, number one. And number two, if you need help, ask for help. Number one, the one that I like the best is called Be My Eyes. It's a blue app. You can either join as someone with vision or someone with low vision needing help. and it's almost like a FaceTime call. You call someone, you just press the big blue button. I need help. You press the button. It calls someone in the world, and you
Mhm.
say, "Hey, I can't tell what color shirt this is," or "Hey, I'm trying to read this box. I can't read what these letters are on it. Can you tell me?" And you put the phone to them, and the other person will answer. It's a very quick, anonymous, helpful tool. And they'll put that on your phone in the assisted technology class, or put it on your phone yourself. It's
Is
called
that
the
a
Beam.
free app?
Yes, it's free. And I have it, like I had it before taking this job, answering the calls. And so I always found that, I mean, you don't get many calls. I think in like 6 years, I've gotten 3 or 4 calls because there's so many more people who want to volunteer than people who need the services. So it's really exciting. And everybody who uses it really gets benefit from it. So that's one quick, easy. And then the other one is called Seeing AI. So Seeing, SEEING space AI. And that one I am not fully well versed on, but that one will read out loud for you. So I think you can take a picture of the sheet in front of you and it can read to you what it says. Things like that. But if you want a full training on anything like this, then yeah, our assistive technology department would be helpful for that.
Yeah. So do you recommend that they just reach out to you to make that first step if they need
Oh,
assistive technology
yeah.
assistance?
In order to use the departments, you have to become a client. So I would just set you to our um, client intake department, and it's not a long process and it's pretty easy.
Mhm.
Is that okay to refer? I mean, is that okay for me to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your services are free of charge unless there's like a device somebody needs to purchase that's,
Correct.
outside of the lines of resources. And so, yeah,
Correct.
if that's what you are, a resource provider and a service provider, then
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely,
Yeah.
people with Parkinson's want to know how they can improve the quality of their life. And vision is such an important thing to improve. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I've been around people with Parkinson's disease for the last like 25 years. And one of the most helpful things, it's so simple, but are those CCTVs or even the larger magnifier that you don't have to hold. Because if you have tremors and you're holding a magnifier, that's almost it, it it almost negates the reason that you're using it because you can't if your tremors are too bad, then you can't really line it up and see what you're doing. But those standalone magnifiers that you can put a piece of paper under or a book under or whatever, even your phone, if you need to look at your phone better, you put it underneath. I have seen people improve just so much with something like that, a very simple tool that can really just help improve the quality of the life of their life, reduce daily frustrations, make them feel more connected because the more you can, read things and communicate with others, then you are more connected in more social. So absolutely. Oh, let's see. There's a couple more questions. Let's see what we have here. Okay, can you work with me remotely?
I personally cannot, um, but our assistive technology department can. So the next question is, are there any virtual classes offered? And yes, there are.
Oh, good. Okay. So I really feel like, Megan, maybe I should, with the follow-up email to this group, send out any kinds of like flyers or information you have on courses or classes or anything like that so that they can immediately know where to go and what to look for like that. Another
Okay.
question, are there any virtual classes offered by assisted technology? Okay, so it looks like she just answered that and you do have classes, right? You do offer virtual program classes. Yeah.
Yep. They
Okay.
have I don't want to give the wrong dates. I think they're Tuesdays, but I don't want to give the wrong dates. But yeah, we have them. Well, you would sign up, become a client, and then you're open to taking any and all of the classes. So we'll let you know. And there's also, I mean, there's also events and stuff that we have. So then you're obviously can do any of that, and we'll let you know when the classes are coming up and X, Y, and Z. So would
Well, sounds
recommend.
great. Well, we've covered some information here today about different problems that people have with Parkinson's disease and vision. Okay. We've also covered a lot of different assistive technology devices, some apps, some tools that are available at the Lighthouse Education Center. And I will be following up with you all on an email to let you know of any other information that Megan might have for her resources for people with Parkinson's and low vision. So this has been a really informative webinar. I appreciate you coming out and sharing your, awesome organization here in the Southwest region of Florida. Do you help people outside of Florida?
I mean, I guess if anyone called me, I would try to help, yeah. But like as the organization, we're really supposed to stick with the 5 counties that we work with.
Got it. Got it. Okay. We totally understand. Okay. Let's see. There's one more question. Let's do this. Great presentation and resources. Thank you. Aw, thank you.
Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
that.
Thank you. Okay, well, we are going to close this out, and this is recorded, so it will live on our YouTube channel probably next month. It'll be out there if anybody ever needs to check in on what vision resources there are for Parkinson's disease. So this has been a real treat. Thank you, Megan, for your
Thank
time.
you guys all so much for your time.
Take care, everyone. Bye.